Hello there, everyone. Mr. McCarthy here with this week's video update for Friday, February 21st. It's been a while. My apologies. I think it's been a few weeks between snow days and days we were closed and long weekends and holiday weekends. And I think I was sick or one of those days. But my apologies, but I'm back. So I got a few things to talk about this time. So it's going to be not a really long video, but I'll try to be brief. And I am back on my regular schedule with the weekly video updates. So just to kind of keep you in the loop with what's going on with all the students, my first level students will be starting photography next week, which the kids are super excited about. They're actually going to learn how to use professional equipment. We are currently testing them right now. So I made a series of tutorial videos, about 10 of them, but shows you basic things like how to use, it's called a DSLR camera. We use Nikons here, which basically means the lenses come off. You can put flashes on them, but professional level cameras that we use here in the program. So we teach them things like how to use a tripod, how to put a memory card in a camera, how to change the lens, how to wear the strap around your neck, which is probably the most important thing. But we're just trying to teach basic safety because they are very expensive pieces of equipment. And at the same time, I want to be confident that the student be confident that they know how to use the equipment effectively. So next week, I have them doing a product photography shoot. So they're going to bring in a product of their choosing. So encourage your first level student to look around the house and find something cool. I also have some energy drinks here that they can practice with and stuff too and do shooting. But next week they'll be doing photography. They were wrapping up what was called advocacy videos. So they had to pick a cause that was near and dear to them. It could be anything like the environment. It could be maybe a family member with a chronic condition that you want to bring more attention to for people to learn about. So we had them do those videos and we did a critique today. So a lot of good stuff. Second and third levels are actually working on PSAs, which is very similar to what I have my students do for the advocacy video, but theirs is a podcast, so it's just a radio advertisement. So they're doing something very similar. So moving on from that, there's quite a few things going on here at Central Montco, starting off with my first level students. So every student here at Central Montco has to leave here with a certification. So the certification that we offer for our program, it's a very generic certification, but at the same time, it's actually good for the students to learn. It's actually from a company called OSHA, which is like the national or international standard for safety in the workplace. And our students have to participate in it. It's the OSHA 10-hour certification. Actually, my son goes to Tech at Eastern, and he just finished his OSHA 10 certification in the automotive industry. Our students will be taking what's called the OSHA General certification. So they just learn about things like how to clean up after a hazardous spill, how to lift things up properly, how to use a fire extinguisher, how to use a ladder properly, what to do if somebody gets injured. So things in the general workplace, because in our industry, we do a lot of setup and breakdown, concert venues, filming in a location, setting up band equipment. So this actually is pretty convenient for us to give to our students as a basic safety certification. And I've actually had students get jobs at like Best Buy or the Olive Garden, and they actually get a raise because they have their OSHA certification. So it is something valuable, but it is a lengthy certification that we'll be due in May. I actually had all the students log in today. But it says it's a 10-hour certification, but it can take up to 20 hours. But this is also something that can be done at home. They don't need a big professional computer to do this on. They can actually work on from their phones or their laptops. So I do encourage them to work from home, but most of the time they just do it here. But I will probably reserve Fridays for them to work on their OSHA certifications. Okay. So now they got that out of the way. Some of you parents have received notifications from an email that says WBL, and it's a career objective form. So you should have received an email from WBL. Check your spam folder if you didn't. But our students, every student, first year, second year, senior, everybody has to fill out a career objective form. And what that is, it's one piece of paper. It shows what program they're in. what their long-term goal is. Do they want to go in the military? Do they want to go to school? Or do they want to go right to industry? An example of a career path they want to follow, like video editing or sound production. And then they sign it digitally by typing their name. We use this information, actually the state of Pennsylvania uses it to kind of project the needs and trends of industry and where this, tracking where students are going. They do their funding formulas to use these forms. So please check your email to see if you got, because you need to go in and sign the form also to complete the process. So I've asked students to go home and remind you. All you have to do is type your name to sign it, and you're good to go, and it's submitted and it's done. So please make sure, if you don't know what I'm talking about or you didn't get it and you didn't sign it, just reach out to me directly, fmccarthy@cmths.org, or you can go to the school website, vsmstudios.com, and you can reach me through there, or just through the talking points that I sent this video on. And you could just reply back and I'll help you with that. Also, I can't believe it, next Friday is mid-marks. So please, for third marking period mid-marks. So please sit down with your students and look at their grades. Most of the students are doing really well. A couple students are struggling right now. I've reached out to those parents and guardians, but it never hurts to also go in and check. To go into Power School and check their grades. They can go in and show it to you. So just be aware that those mid-marks will be coming out next week. I think last but not least, for seniors, we do our senior assessment called the NOCTI, and it stands for National Occupational Competency Testing Institute. It's like our version of the Keystones. It's our version of a final exam. And our seniors, you have to be here 2 years in the program, they will be tested in a real world scenario where we have judges come in that work in industry. They will judge them to make a video, edit photos, set up a camcorder, put a tripod on, and they will actually be tested for that. And the date on that will be Wednesday, March 5th. It's an all-day test. So if you're a PM student, if your student's PM, they'll have to come here at 7 o'clock in the morning, or by 7:30 to be here all day to be tested. We will reach out to the sending school and make that an excused absence for the day. But we may be asking you, the parent or guardian, to assist in transportation. If you cannot assist in transportation, it's more for the PM students that need to get here in the morning. We do have a form online that the students are aware of that they can fill out requesting transportation for us to take care of it for them. Once again, I know I'm throwing a lot out there. It's a bit of a long video, so I'm going to wrap it up. But if you have any questions about any of this, please don't hesitate to reply back to me on talking points, and I will get back to you. But that's it for now. Sorry I ran long, but the next videos will be a lot shorter. But I will be throwing out reminders, like I said, for the objective forms and NOCTI again next week. That's it. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we can get through a whole week of school next week. Take care.